news broke yesterday with the Las Vegas Raiders. They signed Geno Smith to a contract extension. Remember, Geno Smith had a resurgence of his NFL career with the Seattle Seahawks. Drafted in the second round by the New York Jets, had a very pedestrian career, but took over as the starter of the Seahawks over 2 years ago and balled, earned himself now just over $85 million.
Ching, ching, bling, bling.
Nice right there.
That's very, very nice. Chase, want to start with you, the quarterback. You know most about quarterbacks. Geno Smith had a very interesting career. We keep it real up here on the facility. Just because a guy got paid don't mean we just going to naturally wax poetically about who the guy is.
Never
We're going to
doing
keep it
that.
honest, keep it real, more than I would suggest most other shows. That's what you get with us here in the facility. Geno Smith, how far can he take the Raiders?
I don't think he can make the playoffs. I think they can make some noise. I think they're going to make more noise, the Raiders are, than they have in the past. If they go out, they draft a receiver, they got Brock Bowers, maybe they draft a running back, James Jones, in which they need. I think Geno can play at a really high level. And you look at this contract, you're paying below average quarterback money for one of the most accurate throwers in all of football. 70% completion rate last year. The dude threw for 4,300 yards, 21 touchdowns. Now, he did throw 15 interceptions. There was a little bit of issue with that offensive line. But I love this move by Tom Brady, Spytek, the GM, and Pete Carroll. Reunites them. Pete wanted his guy in there. Not only is he a good player on the field, but he's a good teammate off the field. And that is the biggest thing for me is when you watch Geno Smith play. He's a guy, he's not going to win you a bunch of games, but he sure is not going to lose you a bunch of games either. And quite honestly, I rank him like 15, 16, 17th best quarterback, and he's paid like that. This is a really good bargain deal. And quite honestly, it tells you a lot about what Brady and co. really think about the quarterbacks in the draft. When you're able to add 2 years onto an existing year, you have Geno locked up for 3 more years. There's no rush. There's no panic. I think this is the perfect guy. He gives you the most consistent quarterback play since Derek Carr's been there at the Raiders.
My man John Spytek over there doing his thing.
Ballin',
That's my
dude.
dog,
I love this sign.
Now, he's good. I played with him, know him. Hung out with him, ate dinner with him. Good guy.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, so I like that.
I think Geno can take the Raiders to the playoffs. I do. And I think,
year?
Yeah,
I
think the Raiders have a shot this year with Geno Smith to go to the playoffs. Obviously, they have to hit on some of their draft picks, but
All of them.
I love what.
Whoa, we got timeout.
Timeout.
We got time. We got
In the
time.
AFC West?
We got time. Because 3 teams didn't make it in the AFC West last year.
I didn't hear him.
Broncos.
Hey, wait, you got quiet. I got to hear James. I think he said something about playoffs the Raiders. Hold on.
Hey, first
My bad.
off,
What you saying,
first off,
James?
the ball is hyped, bro. We playing.
It's
All
20
that
yards down the
time,
field
bro. We
already.
running, man. Go balls, man.
What you just say?
Yes, I said playoffs
Who?
this year.
Wait, what team?
Raiders. That team. Listen, man, okay? Pete Carroll went and got this dude for a reason. He did. Whatever we want to think about Geno Smith, Pete Carroll went to the playoffs with Geno Smith. Pete Carroll knows what Geno Smith needs to be successful. Pete Carroll knows how to build a really good roster. Geno Smith is a very, very accurate quarterback. Geno Smith is a quarterback that can take you to the playoffs. Why? Because he has, and he's did that with Pete Carroll. Do the Raiders need some more pieces to finalize this roster? Absolutely. But when you talk about Jacoby Myers, when you talk about Brock Bowers, when you talk about even
Nobody talks about Jacoby Myers.
when you talk about Jacoby Myers, when you talk about Brock Bowers, when you talk about adding a guy like Ashton Genty in the backfield, I think the Raiders can make the playoffs with Geno Smith and him and Pete Carroll.
Now you the GM.
I wish I could be.
How you adding players to your say it's not there?
I'm saying, he gonna be there.
Yo, that's why you go to TV. I've never seen it before. He added a player
That's right.
on the team that's not even there.
Right.
Matter of fact, the player's not even in the league.
No doubt.
Yo, you a bad mother, dog.
That's how you do a take, Shady.
Yeah,
That's how you do a take.
that was
That's how
crazy.
you
Did you
do
see
a
that?
take. You know what I'm saying? Put him on the roster,
believes it.
man.
Man,
I know what we need.
Geno Smith is good. He's a good quarterback. He's not a great quarterback. He's not a bad quarterback. He's a good quarterback. But what's fascinating up here is we keep saying he's a very accurate quarterback because that's what he is. Now, I can't come up here and confidently say he's great. I can confidently say he's accurate. You know what I mean? That's exactly what he is. The Raiders need a lot. The Raiders are missing a lot. The Raiders need a lot of guys. They need a lot of guys. Brock Bowers is a good player. He's a really good player. I think he's all-pro player last year as a rookie. You know what I mean? Like, he's done it for 1 year, so it's hard for me to...
player. He's
Chase,
all All-Pro.
He's done it for 1 year. I can't say he's a great player just yet. I just need to see more. But Brock Bowers, he's a really, really good player.
He don't want to get it.
Yo.
He's All-Pro.
Brock can call though. He can call. He can call.
I'm just saying, I've seen all pros for 1 year. He's a good player. I personally just need to see more than 1 year. Talanoa Hufanga was an all-pro, and I wouldn't suggest that he was a great player. Talanoa Hufanga was a good player. With that being said, I don't want to get sidetracked. The Raiders need a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
They need, even if you get Ashton Genty, you need a number 1 wide receiver. I believe you need a number 2 wide receiver. You still need that. If Brock Bowers is a tight end, just schematically, defensively, you can only do so much to manipulate an offense with a tight end if you do not have help on the outside. You just can only do so much. Defensively, we're just not as stressed out. If you have help on the outside, now that tight end matters a lot more. Obviously, Travis Kelce, when you have Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, when you have Xavier Worthy, Travis Kelce, when you have whoever the case may be. But you need more help for the Raiders. I don't know if Gino's taking them to the playoffs.
Acho, you ain't tripping. You are not tripping. They are tripping. How far can the Raiders go with Geno? They're drafting 7th pick overall this year. I think next year that could be like 10th, 11th drafting, first round.
Okay. Couple more wins.
Be truth.
Couple more wins.
You guys are sitting up here, right?
You are crazy. That was the 10th
The best thing is that the Raiders have a GOAT in that building to help them out.
They do. Tom
No
Brady.
disrespect to the head coach, because Pete Carroll has done a great job in his career.
Great job.
But he hasn't been great lately.
Yeah.
He hasn't been great lately. He hasn't.
He's retired.
He hasn't been great lately, okay? So now you get somebody like Tom that might help that thing out. I'm just going to be honest here. Geno Smith, you acting like he's the savior, home. He's not the savior.
No, nobody said this.
And he's not going to save that team to go to the playoffs. The playoffs?
Playoffs.
First of all, let's get this thing straight. You're in the AFC now.
Correct.
You're not in the NFC no more where you can squeak through with this winning couple games. No, you're in the AFC.
It's a really good point.
And you in the AFC, you play twice a year with the juggernauts that you guys struggle to beat. Okay, that's one. That's the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
That's the Chiefs. You know, that's
That's a tough game.
Chargers.
Yeah, we good. We'll battle with them.
I don't know if y'all just beating the Chargers, and then it's another team that made the playoffs this year, the Denver Broncos, that did it with a rookie quarterback. So you know the secondary's gonna be better this year.
We'll take our
And
chances.
Sean Payton was a little rusty a couple years ago when he had Russ. Now the Sean Payton's really outside now.
back. He outside.
And the great Sean Payton is coming back to life. You seen it last year. He's gonna get even better even this year. And we talking about the Raiders making the playoffs. Now, do I need to go through all the other AFC teams that make the playoffs? Do we need to talk about them?
Bengals.
Because I don't feel like wasting my time, though. Because the Bengals last year, they make the playoffs. And I guess what?
They're still going to be
They're
better.
probably going to make it this year.
Yeah, they're still better.
Steelers, no matter who the quarterback is. If it's a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers or somebody else, or can he pick? They make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then we go to my boy Josh Axon.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
Allen.
You got one team out of that.
Okay. Then you got Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
So, respectfully, Geno, because Geno, I love and I respect guys that start bad that end good.
Yeah.
Because my dad always said, Sean, it ain't how you start, boy.
How you finish.
It's how you finish. And I respect what Geno's doing with his career.
No doubt.
All I'm saying is with the Raiders, they need a lot of help.
Raiders.
And if the Raiders, they was in the NFC, it might be different. But they're in the AFC. Yeah. Playoffs, no.
Yeah, we would go.
And I tend to agree with Shady. Right?
Please do, Chase.
I don't think they're going to, and I said that I don't think they're going to make the playoffs just because the AFC is much more stacked. Yeah. But also, we just got to keep in mind, right? Like, Geno's a very accurate quarterback. He did it last year with Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and DK Metcalf behind a poor offensive line. So he's always had weapons at his disposal in Seattle. And they've always had a really good offensive scheme. The one thing I do like about Geno, and a lot of quarterbacks hate it, he is good under pressure. Yeah. Like when he gets early leakage from the A gap or B gap, or he's having to step up, he can throw in a phone booth.
And he'll move.
And he can move, but he can throw in a phone booth. He will sit in the face of pressure. Yeah. That Raiders offensive line isn't great. He just needs some more weapons. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how he.
You say he did last year. What did he do last year?
Huh? They won 10 games. Yeah, they won 10 games.
They didn't make the playoffs. They won.
But they won 10 games. Yeah, that's what.
10 games in the NFC.
But they still won 10 games. Like with a poor offensive line play, poor defense at the start.
But
of the year.
The thing for me though is like at the end of the day in the NFL, and again I love this show because we keep it real. You're gonna have a poor something, unless you're the Eagles.
Niners.
You know what I mean? Unless you're the Niners, and even the Niners, a poor something, right?
Gotcha.
Like the Seahawks last year, poor offensive line.
Very, very
receiving corridor, like Tyler Lockett wasn't even getting touches. He wasn't even getting no touches. He wasn't even no targets. Yeah. He was your number 3 wide receiver. You had DK and you had Jackson Smith. Now you go to the Raiders, offensive line might be a little bit better, You do not have help out
running
there.
back.
You have no running back. You don't have no wide receiver help. You have a tight end that's a dude.
We're going to get a running back.
As you should.
It'll be interesting to see how he fits in Chip Kelly's offense.
Can I ask a question?
Because Chip Kelly is the offensive coordinator there, and we've seen what he can do. Will he be more of that shotgun, spread it out, or will he be that under center guy? It's going to be.
Can I ask you guys on the other side? I'm seriously trying to figure this thing out. Okay, so wait. You said what he did last year, and you guys are hyping him up, right? And I like Geno. He's the most accurate, like you guys said, cool. He can have that. But wait, he won 10 games last year in the NFC, right, with better weapons, correct?
Yeah, way better.
Way better.
Yeah.
Easier competition in the NFC, correct?
Significantly.
You go into a harder AFC with less talent, and y'all say he's gonna do more?
Toughest division.
How that makes
More. I said he's not making the playoffs. I'm just celebrating the
I said
brother
he's
that got
making
a
the playoffs.
contract, bro.
Because last time he was with Pete
Come on
Carroll,
now.
they went to the playoffs, and Geno played at a high level.
Context, though, James.
But hold on real quick.
Context.
Let me talk.
Go
Let me
ahead,
talk
Cook,
because
Cook.
we would probably have this same take if we was coming into the season last year about the Broncos. The Broncos with a rookie quarterback, the way they got, we'd probably be talking, oh, there ain't no way they going to the playoffs. Who they got? They don't got a number one. They don't got a run. We've been talking all that funny business.
The Broncos' defense was good last year.
And they made, when the season started,
even
Talking about
before.
a rookie quarterback, though?
and they made the playoffs. All I'm saying is last time Pete Carroll and Geno Smith
I mean, I get that.
was together for a good amount of time, they made the playoffs. Do they need to hit in the
that's
draft
true.
and get some more pieces on this roster? Absolutely.
You could say the Raiders'
But
weapons are probably
the
better.
question is how far. The question ain't guaranteed and all. How far can Geno take them? The last time these two were together,
Yeah.
and the head coach coached the quarterback, and that's why he paid the quarterback, and he knows what the quarterback needs, they went to the playoffs.
So are they last in their division? I just want
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Where they at?
I'm not a big believer in the Chargers and the Broncos like you guys are.
But you
I'm
believe
not.
the Raiders?
I was with you.
How that
until you
make
said
sense?
they're not-
Wait,
they're
how
not
does that make
That'll
sense?
make
So you're
sense.
not,
Division.
you're not, you wait, real quick, right here.
You said they're not last?
Wait.
That's
So
what I said.
Hold on. They were
James.
0-6 in the division last year, by the way.
Wait. So also in the
Why
division,
are we talking last year?
But hold on, James. So I'm just trying to figure out. So you're saying you're not a believer in the Denver Broncos
Not like that.
and the LA Chargers,
Not like that.
but you're a
We can
believer
leave
in the
that.
Raiders?
I didn't say that neither. What I said,
What?
you
All right.
asked me if they're gonna be last in the division. I'm not.
No, are they last now?
No, I'm not gonna sit up here confidently and just sit here and say we can't beat the Chargers or the Broncos.
Who's last then?
Who's last?
Okay, who's last?
It's gonna be one of them three. It ain't gonna be the Chiefs, but it's gonna be one of them three.
Here's what we know
I'm not- It's gonna be one of them.
Oh, I forgot. He works with the Raiders.
Homeboy Dave.
Homeboy
Dave.
Hey, they pay me. I do the same thing.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.